Alright guys and gals, let's continue on with the Family Holiday Beach Resort by LEGO Friends. This is set number 42673. Contains 1,140 pieces, retails for, I believe, $129.99, and this set was provided by the LEGO Group for review. Thank you, LEGO. So I remember in the last few installments we put together what I believe to be some sort of lodge, or it could be some kind of tiki hut, I don't know. And this little pool or little float thing, and we got a bunch of accessories and several mini dolls. And so far I'm pretty pleased with this set. It's not boring, it's keeping my interest, especially a grown dude putting this stuff together. And yeah, this is what we have done with the stickers so far. So we're slowly nibbling at that. It's not too terribly bad, but the stickers can drag the build down a little bit. And in this installment today we're going to be doing this. So I got to be very careful how I do this because I am limited on memory card space once again, because I am still doing the train and all these other builds. So I'm going to slide this off to the side here. You know why? Let's begin. Let's build it. We're going to be doing bag 6. So we've already blown through 5 bags so far. And it is your lucky day today. You get to hear the gardeners. So, and today is the 2nd of July 2025. And I appreciate everyone joining today. This episode of Let's Build It. You notice this channel does have a theme called Let's Build It. That's basically what we're doing, is building sets. And yeah, so it just looks like we're just building some kind of little island, maybe some kind of a surfing rental shop or booth. Alright, and I thought I had that on mute. Apparently I don't, so I'm turning that off right now. I have been bothered all day today, so hopefully I can deal with that, especially with work stuff. Alright, and then let's bring this a bit in for you so you can see everything that I'm doing, and that's it. You know, I try to do that, and I forgot to turn on the ring light. You can tell where I'm at today. Just been kind of running around with my head cut off. I'm trying to work on some sprinklers, and then the gardener has to show up, and I thought, oh, haven't had a chance to really slow down. Oh yeah, so I've been kind of running ragged around here, but that's how it is. And so this memory card here, I got about 15 minutes. So I'm just going to put part of it on one memory card and part of it on another. I had one person ask me today, when am I going to get to the big friend sets? Well, we're getting to them now. It's just, you're going to see, it take a while before we get to the fun stuff, which is what we're doing. Right now, I just got done releasing all the City Tower set. Now we're starting on the train. And then this guy's next. And guess what? I have been blessed. I got more sets coming in. And I can't tell you what they are. One of them is already overdue. But I don't know exactly when we're supposed to talk about it, and I won't talk about it here. But it's something I could live without. But, well, it's not here, and it's overdue. So just goes at the end of the list, and if I have time I'll do it quickly, but you know, that kind of thing. So just been doing nothing but sets. At least they're not all coming in big batches, but I think with the tariff taxes there's a way around that. I guess you just have to keep it under $500. We shouldn't have tariffs on any country at all, but that's just my thing. Alrighty, well, I don't see any more of those these things here. There's only 2 in this bag here. Always check in here. Sometimes I go inside the sides of the bricks. Let me take a look at bag number 6. It could have still been stuffed in there. And yeah, that's where they were at. So I'm glad now I check there. That's That's why I don't have a trash can by me anymore. I used to keep the waste paper basket right next to me. Not anymore. When one of my friends says, "Oh, don't do that. You're going to throw away parts," and I've learned my lesson the hard way. So now I don't do that. Don't do that too. If you're doing this stuff, don't do that. Keep that. Make sure that waste paper basket is far away. All right. And it looks like this goes like this. So I'm just basically building up the foundation for our beach side here. Honestly, this is a nice, fun little set. This is really fun to put together, especially for a grown dude. So just imagine you have a daughter that wants to put this stuff together. She's going to have a blast with this, I'll tell you. If I'm having fun, yeah, I'm sure she will. And red bricks. I don't really have a lot of red to begin with, so there we go. Wiggle that in there and kind of secure all these joints down. So we don't get base plates in modern sets anymore. So this is essentially what we're doing today. I think the gardener was a little mad at me because I left all my I've been working on the sprinklers around the house and kind of left the shed door open. I think he just didn't even bother going back there because the shed door actually covers part of the walkway. And this guy is so lazy, he won't even close it. He'll just turn around and go back out. And I've had a few words with him a few times. And if my schedule wasn't so packed, I would go back to doing my own yard again, which I may still do. Be like, sorry, dude. Then I can take my time and do it whenever I need to get it done. You know, it's like, you know, I have a life other than standing by, but I don't know. Alright. So this section here is not too bad. And I think what I'm going to do, though, today is just focus on... I think I'm going to be doing a few installments today, as much as I can fill in the memory card. So we're going to see, and I got hair just floating in my face. I haven't got it cut yet. I was going to make one, and it dawned on me. First, the first of the week was here. Then we have 4th of July weekend, and this guy's booked. So I was like, well, I won't be doing much. And that's it for bag 6 with only one piece remaining. So it looks like we just did the base of the beach. Okay, now we're doing bag 7, and yeah, it looks like a lot of small stuff in there. We haven't touched the stickers, so if you see any flat pieces, we know we may have to put stickers on them. I don't know, I didn't really read through all this, but yeah, we got a lot of small stuff in here. Leaf pieces, so I'm glad now I changed my memory card. And this one has about 40 minutes on it, so what I'm going to do is just that. We're going to film a bunch of sets today. Well, just film this one here. I kind of miss just having a little free time and doing my own Lego stuff. And, you know, if Lego would just be kind enough not to keep sending me these multi-piece sets, you know, would be nice. So it doesn't look like we're doing any mini dolls in this build installment today. So we're just going to be working a little bit. Alright, looks like that's stuck in there. This is supposed to go on here, but I'm just trying to get so much stuff done today. And oh, here's a helmet. Yeah, but if I look and he hasn't mowed that back grass, I'm just going to cut this guy a check and just say, you know what, I'll do it myself. You know, I've worked out in 100+ degree weather probably about 20 years ago, so I'm assuming if I just drink lots of water and take frequent breaks, I can do that. And we got to go 5 of these. They have some official palm tree pieces that they had back way in the day, and unfortunately I don't have those, so put this one down here. It's going to go right in that Technic brick there. Yeah, I slept really good, got my work done today. I'm pretty much on top of things. I just don't want to do anything today, so filming stuff. This is the actual treat here, is doing this. So just spending time here and chatting with you guys and gals, that's what makes these fun to do, is to put all this together. Looks like now we're putting the top of the tree together. That's in bright green. I don't have a lot of those. Yeah. It's like tonight, because it's so hot, we're having another cold sandwich night. So I knew that. They said we were having dinner. I thought, well, okay, I won't stop off. I should have stopped off at the local diner and picked me up a meal, or just ate it there and just snuck home. Tell them I'm not hungry. But when it's hot, I want to hurry up and get home and not have to spend my time in the car. Alright, and then this, where's the stick at here? It's all small stuff. Now I'm glad I changed the memory card. Would I had enough? There was probably like 10 minutes on the last one. No, I probably would not have survived that. And looks like this goes in through here, like that. Okay. Looks like these two go together like that, and you have to fish them down in there. If I can get that in there, should. There we go, like that. Almost like one of those botanical sets. And then it goes on right here. Where's the square and the round side? Let's put it right in there. There we go. That's what the tree looks like. Let me back this out a little bit more here. And so far we're doing pretty good there for the tree. Of course the pages want to stick together here. Looks like now we're putting together another little tree next to it. I'm in the mood to build today, just not in the mood to really do much of anything else. And what kind of spoils my fun is when I have chores that I have to get done. And it's like I have to stop. So I have to wait till everybody's in bed. And speaking of that, somebody got caught tampering with my mom's phone. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, we need 4 of these? This is kind of confusing here. No. This goes in here. You just need 2 of those. And I'm like, but she won't do nothing about it. What it was is that my nephew puts my mom's phone on mute at a certain time, so she can't hear him sneak in the house. I said, well, that didn't do any good. I said, because the security stuff is in the other room. I said, now I gave her my account, which does not shut off. And I said, now you'll know when he comes in late. Lately, he's just been going to work later and later, and I don't understand that. I even like, dude, you would never do that with my job, because I would fire you in a heartbeat. You know. Oh, that's that vibrant yellow. So we get 2 helmets. enough of the work stuff now. So far, though, the set is still keeping my interest. It's just tree builds are always kind of a slow item. If you're looking into making something fast, trees are not really your friendly item there. These go in here like this. Like that. So we got a couple of these teeth pieces. I put these in foliage. It depends. It depends on the color. So what's everyone doing for summer? You're looking at what I'm doing right now. And this goes right here. Well, if I can get it in there. There we go. It's kind of a weird way for that branch in there. Just make sure that's really in there good. Yeah. That's not too bad, huh? I can't get any better than that. And, yeah. And I just remembered. Thank you, everyone, for being a contributor to my main channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, Rebrickable customers, and all sorts of stuff. And thank you to everybody who's taken the time to like the videos, comment, tell me your stories, all that kind of stuff. I always like to read comments on there. I'm getting a little behind. I know. I'm trying to catch up on the main channel. So I'm trying to do this one here too. And it just makes me more motivated to do these, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. The more you interact, the more motivated I get. So it looks like now we're putting together something else. I don't know what this is. I don't know. Whoops. And then this goes right here. Like that. Okay, you know what that is? We'll index it. It's an outdoor shower. It's not a bad idea. It's like, what are these for? No, it's an outdoor shower. We got some more stuff here, so I'm just trying to find the dish here, and I got this here for like water. Those are called saucers or something. That's what they use in there. Kind of a cool thing. And try not to yawn in your ear. That's how much of a good sleep I have. And of course when it's hot I just don't want to do much of anything. Alright, down to an, what was it last time? An 8? An 8.5? We'll bring it down to an 8 because, yeah, there's no way to anchor that down, Lego. Yeah, that tree just fell right off. Oh, it goes right here. So yeah, an 8 it is. So yeah, be very careful. I'm already experiencing parts caving in, but that's usually typical for a friend set. That kind of thing. Okay, now we're going to begin with this. And I had to go check on something. Okay, right now I'm trying to get a bunch of other videos done, so just trying to finish up and say, yeah, there was no way I could have put this on that other memory card, so now I'm kind of glad I did it here. Yeah, I know I rolled up the hose out back, so yeah, if I leave the hose out there, the gardener won't move it. He won't do anything. And, which is kind of silly, especially in the wintertime. I have a couple of trees in the backyard, and if I don't rake up the leaves and he goes out there and mows, he don't even bother with it. So it's just, somebody who wants to make money for nothing, I guess. I'm like, you know, there's only so much I can do. I think he wants me to pay him for it. I thought, dude, I already pay you enough. Now, in the hot time, I can understand, like the summertime, but I try to keep as much cleaned up as I can, but there's only so much I can do. When I'm done with work, I don't even want to think. And just being here, working and all that stuff, it's just, you know, because today I had to go to the office, pick up some stuff. Now I'm back home working, and now I'm just back home doing nothing because I'm done with the day job. Alright, so looks like we're ready for a credit card. It's even got the little smart chip on the back too. Lego's got all these nice cool parts, but you know what that is? That's like a smartphone that they use, so that's how we're doing it, huh? So this is probably some kind of surf rental booth. That's what I'm thinking it is. Yeah, but I have to go out and fix all this stuff today, and I'm just hoping I can get it done here. These are a nice piece to have right here with the thing. I always wanted, like, well, I want to put a column and I want to put a light right in the middle. How do I put a wall sconce or something in there? Oh, I did get a question asked though. Jay, I want to see you build a new suburban home with all your new building skills. I wish I could. I really wish I could. I wish I had more free time. I don't. That's also what the donations are for too, so I can rustle up more free time. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. Taking care of parents and all, I can't. It's just right now a lot of my free time is consumed. Okay, so we got dark orange window frames. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. If I had more of these. And then that goes in here. So I must use this just to support this in here. Boy, that's kind of hard to get in. You're just going to have to wiggle it in, huh? There will be a sticker in this one, so we're working our way to it. Okay. So I'm hoping to get this one done here real fast. And just kind of, right now I'm also editing, like I'm doing the train part 5 and 6. I'm processing 5 right now. And I'm shadow filing up 6. So hopefully I'll have those up. I already got part 1. I think part 1 I've released today. So part 1 is going to be released today, which is really cool. And yeah, this goes back here. Little thing here. Okay. You know what I forgot to do? Finish that up. Whoops. Well, we'll do that real quick. That's my fault. See, these right here work really good for making this style of roof. You want to make like you got straw or some kind of thatch style roof, you could do that. Alright, now we got 2 stickers coming up. So we need sticker number 10. And these are out of order. So up to this point they were in order, but now we got to jump to 10 and you go back to 9. So we got to put a sticker on the surfboard. I wish these surfboards were printed, but that's asking way too much here. I know some of you have told me, well, just rip them off when you're done. Yeah, I am. I'll be ripping those off. And the surfboard goes right here. Must be just for like a little paddle board or something. like that. Okay. And then now, put these here, like that. And sticker number 9. So I think they just got these backwards here, which is that one right there. This is just some kind of rental thing, so you can rent out your supplies. Boy, this looks fun, doesn't it? You go to the coast, there are tons of places that you could rent surfboards. Obviously, you can't rent surfboards out where I'm at because there's nowhere to surf out here. That's what that looks like. Pretty cool, huh? And we're still working on this, by the way. I mean, we literally are. We got to make 2 of these branch things. So let's get going here. So my whole goal is I'm going to try to get 2 sessions done today on this set. And once I get these filmed, I'm going to just, like I said, I got my memory cards are full after this. I have another small set I think is coming in tomorrow that's supposedly already released. And, well, Jay, what if you talk about it and you weren't supposed to? If they found out, they would stop sending me sets for a few months, which would mean I need a break. You do that too many times, they'll remove you from the program. So I try not to do anything like, okay, I got some sets coming in. You'll just have to guess what they are. They didn't say I can say that. All I can say, oh, these are really good builds. I don't know. I haven't really looked at them. All right, so you put these in here, and then they swing. So we just have to rotate them. They go like that. If I can get that in there. See how this one's like that? You just have to rotate them, and I think they're supposed to fit right behind the sign like this here. And like this one needs to be turned. I'm assuming like that, which is what they have there. Kind of cool, huh? I think that's it for the stickers on that one. And then now we put this right in here, and it looks like it just sits right here. That's kind of cool. At least it's modular, but that's not fitting in there how it's supposed to, so why not? What am I doing here? Oh, okay. But mine's just not sitting in the right spot. As long as you have these here, right in these little notches, it's fine. So they're just doing that so it doesn't rotate. Okay. It's not too bad. And then now it looks like we're putting together more stuff on this plate here. Yeah, one time I'm at the beach, though. They have plenty of these showers, and no, there's no hot water. It's just cold. So you go, it's just for you to rinse off, not for you to bathe or anything. And pretty much that's what those are. It's just for you to rinse the salt water off of you. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Put these in here, I think. Let me check here. I think that's supposed to be like that. Yeah. Okay, I forgot those. So that's what the shower. Somebody will say, well, are they hot water? No, it's just cold water. You go in there, rinse off your wetsuit or your hair and all that stuff, and then you just out the door you go. Well, you grab your board and you go. So these go onto here. When you put the things on, just set these on. So these are just meant to rent out items. That's not too bad. We gotta have our rentals. It's vacation. You're gonna have to pay money for things, huh? Price of how everything's going up. This Lego's gonna be cheap for vacation. So that. This is what yours should look like. I like that bright, vibrant yellow. It really shows up very well. And then this goes right here. So just set that in there. I should have put that in there first, but there we go. Just be very careful. And then now the flippers go in the bin here, which I can't pick up because I have no fingernails. So let's drop those in there. I'm just going to put the little hole at the bottom. Just drop that in there, pack them in good. And makes you want to go on vacation, huh? And that's it for bag whatever. I forgot what it is. I think 7. And that's the pieces we have remaining for this installment. Alright. Now we need to put this onto the main build here. And it looks like it just swings right here. That's why they have these here. So you could snap pieces in. I'm sure you can probably reconfigure this. And we already had found out something so far here. If you can even get that in there, you're really going to have to force it. There we go. Is that, like, this is one person here. Okay. Person 2, person 3, and I think person 4, but I would keep everybody with their own building guides. And that's it for this build installment. Summation of thoughts. And honestly, though, it's still keeping my interest. It's not bad. You are getting a full play set. And in addition, it's modular. You can share this off with a friend. Now, obviously, we're not done yet. We've still got a bunch of holes here. And on the front of the box, they show more to it than this. So we still got a long ways to go here. And I'm pretty pleased with it. This is what we have remaining for stickers. We really have been taking a lot off that, so we don't have a lot left to do. And I still got to do bags 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or is that 5 more bags? Not too bad. And the next installment, which I'm probably going to film right after this one here, this one's only bag 8. And I think I can manage through that. But for this piece alone, this looks pretty good. We got the little surfing supply rental, we got the outdoor shower, and it just looks really good with this. Tell me what you think.